You know, you have lithographers on both sides of the water now. You have Woolworth in Paris and Tamarind in the Southwest.
I use Tamarind because I'm dedicated to it as a place and for what they've done for these 50 years in keeping stone lithography alive and gone beyond that. And in Paris, I use a man called Michael Woolworth, and I'm just starting to use a young woman called Sarah Dudley in Berlin who was trained with Bill Lagatuda at Tamarind, and she's incredible printer, incredible. And I have a litho press in my studio in Walla Walla, so each summer Lagatuda comes up for 3 weeks and we print. And that's a pleasure. But I actually like going to Tamarind better because the stones are bigger and you get more access to help.
You may not agree, but it's been my impression that your recent work in lithography has put more emphasis again on drawing.
Yes, absolutely.
On direct drawing.
Direct drawing.
Yeah.
I've made a lot of portraits of my wife Diana recently, and I do it by elevating the stone like it's on an easel, and at great risk to all of us. And because it's so heavy, it's a huge stone. Most stones I use, they're about a meter 20, and then she sits, and it's very much the same process.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've liked a lot of those recent Tamarind prints a lot. One of the things that captivates me in your work is what we like to call around the print department the evolving image, the potential in printmaking to retain the changes you make to a matrix or image.
You mean states?
States,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm so
Well, my whole life in art is about correcting. That's my method. And printmaking is one of the greatest examples of what you can do. So, and as I got more confident through the years about how to correct and what I could do to a plate or to a stone or to a wood block, what I could do by correcting in a very radical way, not by sitting there with a scraper and a burnisher and sitting there like that. And I don't put that down, but I'm so impatient that I wouldn't do it. And so I found electric tools that work. And I found first die grinders that would erase, and then I'd have to use a sander, and then I'd use fine sandpaper and try to bring it back to the white, the areas, but it was always gray, and I like that too, that I get a new gray tone. And I use scrapers now to put in big, fat gray marks. I use Dremels all the time, and I use 18-volt DeWalt grinders with something like Scotch-Brite on the disc. And it comes in 3 grades, and about the gray it makes. One almost black, one medium, and one quite light gray. Then I'll use by hand a double O steel wool with oil. And I can pretty much now bring things back to white. But going back to what I said, I love correcting. Difficult in the woodcuts, but there are ways if you can keep it in, keep the epoxy in.
Well, even in the 16th century, there was a crazy guy named Giuseppe Scolari in Italy who actually cut plugs out of his blocks to make state changes.
I could see how one could do this. I like cutting down the plates. I like adding to the plates, making them larger with strips of copper or whatever, or a bigger litho plate to go over it. I just like states, you know, and I like serial work.
Right.
I like it red.
Well, we talked about, well, we both got the shivers when we first saw the states of the bull of Picasso.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
We have 6 of the 11. I wish we had all.
But the 11, when you see the whole 11, it's the history of stone lithography.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.